Come on, guys, we're late again. The bell goes in 20 minutes.
Can I take the telescope to Kinley?
No, Miss Jones said no toys at school. Put your other shoe on and take this brush. You can do your hair in the car. Where is it? Thank you.
Let's help Mummy. Yeah?
Oh, for goodness sake. Dad, can you bring his bag, please? Hurry
Yeah.
up, I've got to go. Dad?
Yeah? See you, soldier.
Don't touch my stuff, Mum.
Oh, really?
No.
Thought you had
I did.
Unfortunately, that's not how our story ended up. Hi, I'm Peter Cockburn, this is my wife Emma. Unfortunately, we are one of those parents who ran over their child. That's called a low-speed run over. I was coming home from work one day, like I do every day. I reversed my tool trailer into the garage. Only this time, it was my little girl coming to say hello to Daddy. As I was reversing it, I felt a bump. I ran outside to see what it was, and there was my little girl looking at me with those eyes that then started to fill with blood. And I realised what I've just done. I reversed a tool trailer over my little girl. As then I realised, I started screaming out for my wife. Emma, Emma, I've just run over my little girl. I seen Emma. She's out there mowing the lawn.
Yep, just an ordinary Saturday afternoon. I had a bit of time left before I got tea on, so I thought I'd go and get the mower and mow the kids' backyard area while the kids were safe inside the house, because kids and mowers obviously don't mix. And yeah, I'd been checking on the kids. I'd filled up the mower again, kept mowing, and looked around. I saw Peter's ute, just caught the last corner of it going behind the house before he went up the front. And next thing, he's coming running through the back gate yelling at me, I've run over Georgie, I've run over Georgie. And it's like your worst nightmare. As I've often thought, you know, I hope I'm not too busy doing something, hanging washing on my line or something like that, and something bad happens to one of the kids. My worst nightmare had just happened. I ran through the gate into the garage, and there she is on the floor. I didn't know where to look because of the blood on her face. I checked in the back of her head. I thought the back of her head was cut, but it was all coming out of her face because of the way the tool trailer had run over her. Next thing, we're on the phone, yelling at the ambulance lady on the phone, trying to do CPR. Her little body was just light as a feather, and yeah, we both knew straight away she was gone. It took forever for the ambulance to get there, and then the effect on them, on those guys, because they're all local people. The first guy there was his wife was in my mother's group. Our kids go to gymnastics together. One of the ladies the Ambo ladies was pregnant. The other older guy, we found out later, he went and sought counselling that he never normally does. So, it affected all of them. We had the neighbours come up when they heard us screaming. We'd called Peter's mother. She come out. The effect on her before, what she saw before we went to the hospital. Took forever to get into the hospital, and I got took into a side room while they worked on Georgie, and the next thing the doctor comes in and says, all we can do is make her comfortable.
You just know when you run over,
they're gone.
They're just gone. We knew automatically that, but you just keep trying. You keep trying. You CPR. You do your best you can. So going into that hospital there, walking into the door and seeing the nurses and the doctors, and the looks on their faces, and you just knew that she's gone. Your worst nightmare has happened. You just ended your little girl's life. what have I done? What have I done? Reality starts to kick in, and the next minute you've got the police asking all these questions of it makes you feel like a criminal. Well, at the end of the day, you've ended someone's life, and you've got to ask answer all their questions, and it's just a surreal feeling. And
you're sitting there in the hospital holding this little baby girl that is never going to wake up. All you wanted to do is have a breath, take a breath, and open her eyes, and it doesn't happen. You keep rubbing her hands and her feet, trying to not let them get cold.
Five little ducks went out one day over the hills and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 and only 4 little ducks came back. Beautiful singing.
in 2011, there was a whole heap of media reports on accidents that just keep happening. So we end up doing a bit of our own research and found some prevention measures. A lot of it being changing our environment so the kids can't get near the cars in the first place, changing our vehicle design so we can see them when they're behind us, and education. Education is key.
And to that end, under the umbrella of the Georgina Josephine Foundation, we're working with Downer Group to raise awareness and prevent low-speed vehicle run-over accidents, because there's something that can happen to anyone, anywhere, at any time.